Hey guys, we're here this morning and we've just pulled out some samples here of a few different kinds of composite deck board to compare them side by side. We've got Trex, TimberTec, and TruNorth, which is a deck board that's used a lot in our area. So it's nice to know what the different products are like. You know, if you get a proposal from somebody and you can't really see what the other options are, you don't know if you're really getting a quality product or not. So just kind of wanted to compare my thoughts as we kind of open up a few of these samples and see what the difference is going to be. And so just going to start off here with the Trex samples. Here at Property Revolution, we are Trex certified. We use Trex composite decking most of the time for our composite projects. So just wanted to point out a few of my thoughts on these. First thing is this sample book is really nice. Opening this up, I feel like I'm getting an Apple product or like an iPhone. The packaging's really nice, it's very sleek. The layout's nice of the samples, so you can see the different colors and textures. And so as I look at the Trex products themselves, what I notice looking at it from the end is it's got some wood in it and some other small pieces. Trex products are actually manufactured from recycled grocery bags, which is pretty cool. You know, when you go to the grocery store and you put your grocery bags in the recycle bin, some of those end up at Trex. I like, and some of these samples are a little small, but I like the color variation on some of the options. But if you like a more consistent color, there are some that are fairly consistent. Some of the samples have a smooth bottom and some have what's called a scallop bottom. So just something I noticed there. And the reason for that is Trex says that these thicker boards are actually overbuilt, and in order to deliver a more economical product to the marketplace, they've come out with some economy lines that have a scalloped bottom. So that's their way of coming to the market and listening to what feedback they've gotten from their customers. Overall, we really like Trex products. We've used them for years and they hold up really well with little to no issues with manufacturing or defective products. So kind of my thoughts there. Timbertec is another great brand that we've used on occasion and some people like the color selection of. So just my thoughts here as I look at these TimberTec samples. One thing that stands out to me compared to the Trex products is the bottom of the board actually has what feels like a plastic finish. So it's got a hard protective finish on the bottom of the board as well. So if you imagine a deck board sitting on the deck, if rain falls on it, that water's going to run off. But they've protected the bottom, which I think is a nice feature. The colors to me, and we don't have all the colors out here, but these color samples that I have, the colors seem a little bit plain compared to some of the Trex colors. This is a Trex sample that's fairly plain, but then some of the other ones have some nice variety in them that kind of give more of the feel of real wood. So if you can kind of see the difference. But TimberTec is definitely a quality product. It's very nice. It's kind of, if we look at the end of it, it's made up of similar things to Trex. I don't know if there's any recycled materials in it or not, but I believe there's some sawdust and resin. Another thing that I noticed, and I assume this is on purpose, is there's actually a slight crown in each of the boards, which would help water flow away. One con that I don't like as much is with these TimberTec boards, there seems to be like a sheen, which makes it look a little bit plasticky versus the Trex items. They don't have that shine to them, so they look a little more natural once they're installed. Fairly minor detail, but it's something to think about, like especially if you're in a sunny area. I would be concerned that this might be reflective and kind of like blinding in the sunlight. So I've got this box here from TruNorth. TruNorth is a brand that one of our large competitors uses in the area. So there's a lot of this being installed around. You wouldn't see it at like a local home improvement store most likely. if you walk into Home Depot, you can find samples of Trex and TimberTec and several other brands. But we wanted to kind of find out what True North was like. So my first reaction when I got this box was, compared to the Trex products, like I said, it's like unpacking an iPad. Like, the packaging was really nice. Came in kind of just plain beat up looking box. And then when you open it, what's kind of funny is they actually have a funny smell. So if you smell these, they smell like a feed store or like rice cakes, which is a little strange, but it's actually because these deck boards are made from rice hulls, which is a little bit different. I don't know why. I don't understand why that's the product they went to, but definitely gives them a funny smell. And then a couple of my first thoughts on these when we pulled them out of the box here is the samples actually seem a little bit warped. I'm not sure what their extruding process is like, but they seem a little bit inconsistent. There's kind of some of them are a little like bowed, which is strange. One thing that I noticed that was kind of cool is they're actually the same on both sides. So they have the wood grain finish on both sides. So in theory, over time, if something happened to the top of the deck board, you could flip it over. So I think that's pretty cool. But one of the big things that stood out to me with these samples is they're actually defective. And I think there's 4 samples in this box, and a couple of them have the same streaking issue going on. It doesn't look like it's part of the pattern, but it just looks like these dark smudges in the texture. So that's not very nice, especially for samples. It seems like you would be sending something, a nicer selection of your product out for a sample. The other thing I noticed is they've got the same sheen issue as the Timbertec products, so they look like they'd be shiny in real life once they're installed. And they're kind of rough, so not sure if that's a good thing for slip resistance, but just don't seem quite as finished. There's a lot of little like frayed pieces in the texture of the deck boards. So definitely, like, I would say the Trex products, the TimberTec products are definitely high quality, really nice. I'd say top tier. This is definitely a tier 2 product. It may work just fine, but I definitely see some concerns that you would want to be aware of if you were going to have this installed at your house. The rice hull thing is definitely interesting. I assume that's a byproduct of some other manufacturing process, so that's probably a good thing. And the smell is kind of funny. So just a couple interesting things I've noticed about the samples. Like I said, we love Trex products. They have great warranties that get extended through their certified contractors. We are one of their certified contractors. The color selection's great. They've definitely stood the test of time for us as a company. TimberTec's great as well. Just want to kind of be aware of the sheeny thing. And then if you're looking for like more of an economy product, I'm sure these would work fine. Just probably wouldn't be my go-to. Thanks, guys.